it's no secret that Dragon Ball Z really dropped the ball with Piccolo's character in the Buu Saga. I mean, hot off the heels of one of the best fights in Dragon Ball Z's entire series, Android 17 versus Piccolo, the Buu Saga really brought Piccolo's character down a lot. First off, they write him off by turning him into stone for the first part of the saga. And in the second part of the saga, he is relegated to being Trunks and Goten's fusion dance teacher. He is relegated to being a joke character. He is relegated to the Yamcha position on the show, which is absolutely a disgrace for such a unique looking character, such a unique character in general in the entire series. Piccolo has such a good backstory that we've seen. Piccolo deserved more in the Buu Saga, and that's why I've thought of the what if Piccolo became Majin Piccolo during the Buu Saga instead of Vegeta. Actually, in a lot of ways, you can go two ways with this. You can have Piccolo on his own become Majin Piccolo and maybe make Deborah a little stronger than they let him he turned out to be. Let him fight Vegeta and Goku, hold them off. But honestly, the best way for this to work would be Piccolo and Vegeta to go Majin. They both have a dark past. It would both work, and honestly, I can't imagine the fandom voting to completely delete Majin Vegeta from the universe. So I can't put it past Babdi's abilities to take control of both Piccolo and Vegeta, since they both have a darkness inside them at this point in the series. And the other thing is, Piccolo is somewhat of a reincarnation of King Piccolo. That's right, King Piccolo, the first real super villain in the Dragon Ball franchise. What if Majin Piccolo unlocked a dormant conscience? What if Piccolo, Babdi's magic, unlocked the evil King Piccolo within him? And that's who takes over Piccolo's mind, or at least the influence of that evil that once resided within him. And honestly, with that unlock, the one person that this man would want to kill is Gohan, because he's the one that turned Piccolo into the babyface, the good guy we know and love today. And the motivation's there. Piccolo gets this power up, and Piccolo is, I believe, strong enough to become, with the Majin boost, he easily has the potential to be strong enough to hold his own with Gohan at the time. This Gohan, who had not yet been turned ultimate, has not yet had his potential unlocked by the Elder Kai. Piccolo versus Gohan in a true drag-out brawl could have been legendary. Piccolo, one of the most unique fighters, one of the most fun fighters to watch, versus Gohan, a beloved fan favorite who had yet to be truly tainted by the Buu Saga yet. And this match would be amazing. And obviously, they could end it with Piccolo not being able to kill Gohan. That'd be cool. Or let Gohan beat his mentor. I'm fine with that. Really bring out a part of Gohan that he hadn't truly shown yet in the series, even with his fight against Deborah. That's another thing. This would probably come after his fight with Deborah. So if you want to say that Piccolo wouldn't be strong enough to hold his own with Gohan, which I do not believe, because Piccolo has always been underrated, especially by the fandom, especially next to the Super Saiyans. But twice in the series, Piccolo has been the strongest hero. And now this is his chance to be one of the strongest villains Majin would Piccolo just would look sick with that M on his forehead, for one. Seeing an adult Gohan take on his mentor when the series was hot, red hot. Gohan has just come off his big fight with Cell. This would be Piccolo's true passing of the torch to Gohan, since he's going one-on-one with him. And if he's able to put Piccolo down, so then he can go be taken out by Buu later to continue the Majin Buu saga as planned. Or what if Gohan has to put Piccolo down by killing him? I mean, that would be pretty dark. And he'd come right back, because that's how Dragon Ball is. They'll bring him right back, not a big deal. But the only way to break the curse on Piccolo maybe was for him to die. And what a cool way to go out. Another thing, Gohan using the special beam cannon to make it happen. What? They fantasize this in video games. This would be the perfect moment for that. Seeing Gohan using the special beam cannon on his mentor, on the man who created it. Majin Piccolo has so much more potential, in my opinion, than Majin Vegeta. And I don't want to take that away from the fandom. I feel like you could have Majin Piccolo, you can have Majin Vegeta, and the same time. You can have both these fights happening simultaneously. It's possible. The story could have went that way, but they decided to write Piccolo off by turning him into stone along with Krillin. If they wanted to turn two people into stone, they could have just let Videl tag along. Yamcha tag along. Somebody who wasn't necessarily useful for the plot at the time. Krillin was a good choice. He really didn't stand a chance. Maybe against Pui Pui? Maybe? Probably not. But Piccolo deserves better. This would have been better than letting him become Goten and Trunks' fusion dance teacher. They could have let Krillin do that. They could have let Yamcha do that. Yamcha would have fit perfectly in the fusion dance teacher role. I know you're going to say Piccolo's the only one smart enough to figure it out. I think not. You could have Yamcha and Bulma be the ones that have to teach them how to do the fusion dance, or work with them on the fusion dance. Bulma's smart, and it'd be funny seeing her and Yamcha do some stuff together comedically. While as Piccolo gets to have his amazing fight with Gohan. And I honestly want to lean into the idea of him having to take Piccolo out. And it's the only way. Because Vegeta and Goku are busy fighting. They need Buu is about to awaken. Buu is about to come out of his shell. Some scenario like that. And Piccolo's basically in Gohan's way. And maybe the Piccolo we know and love can telepathically talk to Gohan while they're fighting. And tell him, like, I can't break this magic. I need you to take me out. And it's a heart-touching thing. And you get a little flashbacks of Piccolo saving Gohan's life from Nappa. It'd be great. It'd be much better than what they've done with Piccolo thus far. Even if Piccolo couldn't ever come back, which is not true. He would definitely be back, just like Vegeta is later in the Buu saga. Take out Vegeta and Piccolo in this, eliminating them. Two amazing characters for the rest of the Buu saga until the end. I mean, Piccolo doesn't necessarily have to come back until the end of the entire saga. Come back with the big wish from Planet Namek when they bring everybody back, and the planet. That'd have been fine too. I'd be fine with that. Let him sit the rest of the saga out. If they're not going to use him anymore, if they have no more use for him, at least let him pass the torch to his student, Gohan. Let him have an amazing fight there. I know what you're thinking. Wow, what a good idea, Mr. Morfetto. Yes, and that is one way we can go with this, and that is my ideal way you could go with the Majin Piccolo story. You get to see an evil Piccolo again, but you could see, if you don't have Majin Vegeta, you see Piccolo get taken over, and he wants to fight Goku. That would make a lot of sense, especially if the essence of original King Piccolo is released by Babidi's magic, and all he wants is revenge, because Goku's the one who killed him. And maybe that's the opponent he wants. And then we get, instead of Vegeta versus Goku, which they could have saved and still gave us in Dragon Ball Super, because you know what's going to happen eventually. They could have saved Vegeta and Goku one-on-one again. Could you imagine the hype if they hadn't given us Majin Vegeta versus Goku in the Buu Saga? If we still, at this point in Dragon Ball Super, past the Mirror's arc, we're waiting for Vegeta versus Goku. Wow. And they could have done that. If instead of Vegeta versus Goku versus Majin Vegeta, we got Goku versus Majin Piccolo, the rematch that'd have been amazing. I mean, one of the last fights in the Dragon Ball series was Goku versus King Piccolo, and then in the end of the Dragon Ball Z series, we get a Piccolo versus Goku fight that could mirror their fight when he was a kid. Wow. And then also mirror some of their stuff they did in the 23rd Tenkaichi Budokai tournament. It would have been amazing. They really could. It would have been just as exciting to me, if not more, than him versus Vegeta again at the time. Like I was saying, then later in this Dragon Ball Super, they could have literally made a movie called Dragon Ball Super Goku versus Vegeta. Wow. That movie would be, because of the fandom, dying to see these two go head to head again. Wow. I mean, it would have been something. That movie would have been the most viewed Dragon Ball movie in theaters ever. More than the Broly movie. But it won't be that way. I mean, it still possibly could, because people love Vegeta versus Goku. But I like my idea. We either get Majin Piccolo taking on Gohan, which probably fits the story the best, the Dragon Ball Z story. But if we're drawn back to OG Dragon Ball, we let Gohan and Vegeta go take care of Deborah and Babidi, whatever it takes. Don't even bother with Majin Vegeta. We get Majin Piccolo versus Goku in the Buu Saga. Oh, and then Goku doesn't have to reveal his Super Saiyan 3 trump card in this, and it won't feel like he was holding back, like he kind of feels when he fought Majin Vegeta. This would feel right. Piccolo and Goku. Super Saiyan 2 Goku versus Majin Piccolo. That would have been a fantastic fight. Piccolo, one of the only people to ever even kill Goku with their fight against Raditz. So this would have been amazing. This would have been a fight I personally would love to see. I honestly don't know which one I like more, because one draws back from him and Gohan's history, and the other draws back to OG Dragon Ball, to the peak of OG Dragon Ball, King Piccolo. Free again. And in both scenarios, I'd want Goku or Gohan to have to take him out. To have to put him down if they want to free him from Babidi's magic. Fantastic, don't you think? What do you think's better? Majin Piccolo versus Goku in the Buu Saga, or Majin Piccolo versus Gohan in the Buu saga? What would have been better? And don't say Majin Vegeta versus Goku, because we've seen it, and it was not as good as their first fight. But this fight, Majin Piccolo, man, to see him go in that direction, the character development that he could have gotten from that fight, from one of those fights, really looking at himself in the mirror, all that buried evil coming to the surface. I'm Mr. Murfetto. Please like, comment, share. Let me know what you thought about this what-if scenario that I have laid on the table for you to feast upon. I will talk to you later.